You've got a show you have to sing for tomorrow. What do you do? Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about how to care for this thing right here, your voice. And maybe you're feeling a little under the weather this season and you need some home remedies, some quick stuff to be able to get through the next service. Well, for the last 20 years, singing has been part of my job as a worship pastor. And there's been times where I've been in the closet over there before a Christmas spectacular, just sick as a dog lying on the floor, or been leading worship with my band at a D now and just been able to barely talk. And, you're just so stressed out because you have to sing. You can't pass the torch on to someone else. Like you have to be the one that's doing it. And so how can you get through those moments and at least get through the song? Well, here's some things that I've tried that have worked for me. I'm going to talk about a few of those and one that you probably haven't heard of. But first, let me share some of the things that don't work for me that I've tried. First of all, swallowing a shot of olive oil before you sing. I saw somebody do this on The Voice once, thought I'd try it. It was the grossest thing I've ever experienced, and I feel like it made zero difference. Also, Lay's potato chips, I don't feel like really they did anything for me. A lot of this stuff is just like, placebo, I feel like, because you got greasy throat or something. I don't know, but it's not really affecting your vocal cords. Essential oils, really, I don't feel like do anything for me. But let's dive into what you should be doing. You've got a show you have to sing for tomorrow. What do you do? Well, for me, it all comes down to really water, and not just drinking water. You have to be drinking tons of water, not just the day of, leading up to that. But my favorite things to do with water is really trying to breathe it in. So I'm taking lots of hot showers and using a humidifier at night. When we're in the winter months like this, our house gets really dry at night if we don't have the humidifier going. And then also, if your voice is really like dry, you can get one of these self-humidifiers that I've used at times, where you just can sit here and it's just a plug-in, and you can actually, it has these little eucalyptus type scents that you can breathe in. And that will help. You're just trying to get moisture onto your vocal cords and keep things lubricated, because whenever things are dry like that, it just makes it really tough for your vocal cords to work. But let's say that really phlegm is like your culprit. Like for me, I'm a chronic throat clearer. I just always feel like I have mucus in my throat, and it's probably a diet thing. I don't know. It could be hereditary. I feel like it might be. But how do you deal with that? My favorite thing that I've learned to do, and I think that this was a technique they came up with during COVID, treating patients for trying to get their lungs cleared, was I take a cup in the shower with me, and I'll have a straw in that, and just get the water as hot as you can stand it, and then you're going to just blow little constant streaks of air through the straw. So just like you used to get onto as a kid for doing. And you're just going to do that over and over. And I guess the vibration of the water and the constant pushing of small air through a small space, it kind of pushes the mucus up through and allows you to clear out that airspace. And so I'll do that. And that has been really one thing that actually has worked. So you can try that. Speaking of drinks, drinks, remember, these aren't like actually day of really like doing anything to your voice necessarily, but it can soothe your throat. I am a fan of throat coat. I just like the way it tastes. Some people hate it. I put a little bit of honey in this, and maybe a lot of honey, and I like the way that it tastes and makes my voice feel a little soothing action there. People say not to drink caffeine, that it can tighten up your vocal cords, so try to stay away from that. You can always go to Starbucks and get one of those medicine balls, which is like a lemon type tea it's basically the same kind of concoction. And those do kind of have like this soothingness to your voice, especially if you're dealing with a sore throat. So, there's kind of three different experiences I've had where you're either dealing with phlegm, a sore throat, or just a really tired voice. Like in this season for me, I'm up here working late hours, talking all day, and my voice can just get really tired. And so those can help with that. I do take a daily allergy pill, Montelukast. It's like a Singulair. It's not an antihistamine. I guess antihistamines can dry out your system too much. So people say to avoid that. I have also in a like dire situation where I felt like I was swallowing glass, but I could still talk and sing fine. I use these Cipicol lozenges that actually have like a little numbing agent in them. And those seem to have helped a little bit. And there was one time where I just resorted to going and get a steroid shot before a big Good Friday performance where I had to sing. And it just came on like the night before and I could barely talk. So I did resort to that and I was able to sing. It was kind of miraculous. And then the next day, my voice was shot again. So that's not a actual fix, but if you have to do that, ask your doctor. All this to say, I'm not a doctor. I'm just somebody who's had to navigate this stress thing of like, oh my gosh, I have to sing and my voice is being temperamental. So now for the craziest one that I've heard recently, and I'll link to this funny story in the description of this video, along with all these different products that you can pick up if you have time to get them in from Amazon. You can get this stuff, though, at Walgreens or wherever. Funny story I heard from David Crowder just a couple weeks ago. He was asked how he keeps his voice in shape over on the Loop Community podcast. And he said that he actually found out that using Preparation H on his throat about an hour before he sang actually worked wonders. So I'll link to that story in the description. It's pretty funny the way he talks about how he came about getting that cream. So hopefully those things help. I know it can be stressful, and especially if you're a worship leader, you feel that pressure. But if you are able to, lower the keys of the songs, have other people sing it if you can, but maybe those things will help you if you just, you have to sing. So thanks for checking out the channel. If you're new here and you like this kind of stuff, I'm always just trying to help my fellow worship and tech arts friends as we try to do great things for God's glory. So like this video, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you.
I crawled around you like 5 times.
She was crawling around this office the whole time during that video. Do I clear my throat too much?
Yes.
I felt like I needed to clear my throat during that video.